Welcome to our service for Soil and Soul this Sunday, talking about learning to trust again. I'm Rev Ems, and I'm one of the founder members of Creative Roots Ministry. Creative Roots Ministry is an intentional ministry. We hold the intention to serve through right action which really serves you, our community, through getting real. We are here showing up to support you, our global community, so that you know you are not alone. We address real world problems. Creative Roots is not religious. We do not practice, promote fear, doubt, lack, or worry. We know life does not happen to me, it happens through me. We know we cannot change or stop things happening, but we know we can change how we move forward from this moment. We bring you belief systems from all around the world so you can feel what's right for you and feel into what resonates. Here at Creative Roots, we know the importance with right relationship with all of life. We see you. We believe in you because we know who and what you are beyond the world of appearances, what that leads you to believe. So you get to remember and recover your own power and return to your natural state of being in a way which feels right for you. We believe in bringing back balance, knowing there is only one love, one power, one presence, one life living as the one people, the one planet, and the one universe. This service this week is about recovering after you've been let down or betrayed. So what is betrayal exactly? It's when you believed in something and you trusted the something so much that you built a part of your life based on that. For example, we're told by potential partners, I love you, I'll never hurt you, I'd never let you down. And then you start to build your relationship and life together, and they start saying one thing and doing a total other. Then one day they leave. Sorry, got a little batty there. And when they leave, they were actually getting with someone else. But let's face it, when someone says to you they love you, they can be talking with full truth of where the heart is in that moment. But we can never really say to someone, I'd never hurt you, because we just don't know. And we can accidentally let people down because they don't know where we're coming from and we don't know where they're coming from. So communication is really, really important. Another common betrayal in society and life is when those who vow to take care of you, like parents and politicians and people of religious beliefs, like ministers, vicars, that kind of thing. People say they'll take care of you, but then they do something that threatens your security and your safety. Look at those in positions of power and notice how they chop and change things without your consent, leaving you lost and confused and powerless as they control access to medical treatment, money, education, shelter, and get themselves involved in major conflicts that you'd never, ever agree to. When what you think should happen and it didn't happen happens, it hurts. So when we think, I think that there'll be a pension for me when I reach like the age of 60, and then all of a sudden they change the pension age and you've got to work extra time like the WASPy women in the UK. It's a massive betrayal, and you feel betrayed by the government, the people that you placed in power through voting. And we all build our dreams of peace, of safe connection, of having a place where we belong based on what we think is realistic and possible. So when we have a person and we've let them into our heart on some level, whether it's a politician, a friend, a family member, or a lover, and we feel let down, it really hurts. Good morning, Ascari. The closer we are to a person or situation, the more personal it can feel when things we expected to happen didn't come true. This suffering can and does build up, especially because betrayal never really starts as one big lie. Good morning, Lolo. Brené Brown uses the marble jar as a metaphor to explain trust in relationships. Trust is built by adding marbles into a jar through small, consistent acts of vulnerability, kindness, and support. The betrayal, whether a large betrayal like infidelity or smaller ones like disengagement and emotional neglect, removes marbles from the jar and can erode trust over time. Who am I? I could ask the same about you. Who are you? Each little letdown adds up and it erodes our self-worth, our sense of self, our sense of safety, and our ability to trust others. This leads to emotional and psychological harm, including shame, feeling like it's our fault. It can raise our anxiety, our fear of what might happen, and prevents us from being able to form healthy attachments and relationships with others. Betrayal also leaves us feeling grief. We're grieving because grief is following the loss of something familiar. So no matter where you're at right now on your journey, understand that all of you, and I mean all of you, is welcome here today. All your pain, all your anger, all your frustration, all your joy, all your laughter, all your curiosity, all of you is welcome here, right exactly as you are. And I'm here to remind you, don't worry. I'm here to say, do not worry. Lay down your blame, your shame, your guilt. You've done nothing wrong. There is no thing wrong with you. And it's okay because there's nothing wrong with you. You don't have to forgive and forget when things have happened. Recovery is possible and it starts right here and right now, right where you are. Trust can take such a long time to build up. And in an instant, it can be gone in the blink of an eye. And that jar of marbles can be shattered and appear shattered way beyond repair. And it's unrealistic, you know, when people say, oh, just forgive and forget, just move on. It's unrealistic to expect anyone who has been betrayed to simply forgive and forget or get over it and move on. We need to stop looking outside ourselves for solutions. We all have very different experiences, and there are many short-term solutions for sale outside of us. I studied for years studying self-help and psychology, and I saw therapists, and no thing brought me long-term peace of mind. But a long-term solution that's free and accessible to everyone is available right here and right now, and I can help introduce you to that today. So today I'm going to share my personal story of hope and sow some seeds of possibilities which we can nurture slowly and gently with practice. And do remember today, if this service serves you in any way, to click subscribe because it's free and you can find us easily again. You can go through the practices, hear the stories again, and maybe you know someone that might benefit, then please do share. I mean, in my lifetime, I have observed so many things and so much suffering, And I've been watching people's behavior, and I've noticed how people's behavior can really deeply affect others. People can say one thing and do the opposite. And it when people do one thing and that's completely in a contradiction to what they say and what they state and what they agree, it really throws us, and we can be left thinking like, was that even real? That's known as gaslighting, when people say one thing and lead you to believe a whole story, and you believe it, and then it just poofs, it's just gone. It can leave you in a real state of confusion. And there's a lot of people that take advantage of vulnerable people out there, which results in physical and mental traumas. I've seen globally politicians create more war to fill their pockets when peace was promised. And it's so easily accessible to actually get peace, it's ridiculous. And yet they're more after filling the pockets for weapons and continuing the war or wars, all that over 100 conflicts going on today, and it would all be so easily stopped. But it's waiting for the right people to step into place, those people that care, that truly do represent us, the people, and attain that state of peace. So for now, we need to go for peace of mind. And that's what I'm going to share with you today, how I've been able to attain peace of mind. Because recently, so many things in life have been brought to a head and change has begun to take place. Look at all the people all over the world who are standing up in solidarity with Palestine. Look at the people that are noticing the politicians for what they are and calling people out. They're calling out Trump, they're calling out Keir Starmer. And this is not, these are the things in my awareness. I'm sure within your awareness, you're seeing so much happening where we, the people, are standing in solidarity saying, this is not good, this is not happening, and not on my watch. And we're starting to stand in solidarity and make massive changes. We're able to cause one day, years back, we did a fuel protest and we stopped the motorways in the UK by getting on our motorcycles and riding. And when we did that, things came to a halt for so long that the powers that be had to say, well, the people are saying this, we have to now listen. Because if that's what they could do in just a few hours on just this day, imagine what could happen if we don't do something about it. So our ability to peacefully protest and show up in solidarity with others really does make a change. And I've never in my lifetime seen so much social change going on. It really is fantastic. Personally, I've seen 2 giant turnarounds just in the last week. My daughter rediscovered her self-worth. I'm really super proud of her new steps forward, her fresh awareness and her newfound boundaries. Because it takes such great courage to take tiny steps sometimes in a new direction and do something unfamiliar. And sometimes standing still while we feel into what to do and what's fair and what's right and what's in alignment is not easy. It's not easy to stand still and just take a breath and just reassess where we're at. So to see someone I love doing that is incredible. And I am one proud mama bear, And my parents visiting, they visited for a whole week. We had no fallouts. We communicated excellently and we took massive steps forward as a family. So for many of you, I'm sure you're thinking, well, it's family's family, or everyone gets on with family, or some of you could easily spend time with family, but I can assure you it's taken years and years of tiny steps to recover and rebuild our relationships. The deep pain that I suffered for decades following incredible abuse as a child prevented me from having a relationship with my mother, with my stepfather, and it stopped me trusting anyone in life. It led me to living a life where I wouldn't let anyone in. I was a very angry, confused, sad, scared person. My childhood was experienced living with a control freak and a bully who projected his fear and insecurities into and onto our family, turning us against each other from within, and it broke us all up. So we eventually all went different ways, none of us knowing who or how to trust. And I know I carried so much fear and hate in my mind that I could not open my heart. It's taken decades for us to learn that it was not our fault. And it's took decades to repair what we've repaired and get to where we can spend a week together and all get on. And thankfully, the father I have now is a totally different man. It's not the man that raised me. I have an incredible man in my life, father figure, but it took years to see that and to recognize and allow in. Years of baby steps, you know. So it's taken years and decades for us to learn that it was safe to put down our armor and to build our self-worth. And we still haven't repaired the divide completely. There's one of our family that still wears the same armor that me and my mother have been able to put down. The family's still healing, and yet there's generations deeply affected by the suffering of that one man. And the one thing I can tell you today, in complete certainty, is that nothing in this world is personal, and it just appears that way. So I want you to, it's the first practice of today. Good morning, Bandela Sunny. So I'd like you to imagine you're wearing safety glasses. And these safety glasses are made up from all the memories that you've ever had in your life. So if you was to take off your glasses that are how you see the world, that these glasses made of every memory that you've ever had, and you just put them down and then put on a new pair of glasses that takes away all those memories, how do you think that you'd see the world? And then if you put these plain glasses down with any memories in whatsoever, and you put a new pair of glasses on, these are someone else's glasses, all of a sudden you're able to see the world through all their memories instead. And it's incredible, because you'll see that they're clearly coming from a place of fear and they're trying to protect themselves. Good morning, Christy Jones. Oh, it's good evening, isn't it? What time is it in Kansas? So you can see through these new glasses, these glasses that are someone else's glasses, you can see through that they're coming from a place of fear and self-protection. And that's why they're acting the way that they do. It's why, because they see the world in a different way to you, you know. Now, when we realize that we're all seeing and responding from our memories, from our perception of what we think could happen based on what did happen or what we think might happen, we recognize that that person's just behaving in a way that's personal to them. It's not personal to us at all. It just feels that way because they're projecting. They're assuming we're experiencing life the same, and we're not. It allows us to see them in a different way. What you've done is empower yourself, because now you know each and every one of us is here doing the best that we can based on the awareness and the experiences that we have. And most of us do feel threatened in some way. But remember, just because they have had different experiences to you, it does not make it right. It is not an excuse for someone to behave in a way that hurts or harms another person. You know, what time is it here? It's 9:23, 09:23 in the morning, AM. So each one of us is acting from our own perspective, and it's just how it is. It doesn't make it okay to hurt or harm another person, and therefore it's not an excuse. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make what they do right. It just gives us a level of understanding that we didn't have before. This level of understanding enables us to open our heart with loving kindness and see through compassionate eyes that this is a memory, and this new way of seeing life, recognizing right here, right now, we can see through our eyes and see that these people have been affected by memories. This now is also a memory that's going into our glasses. So from now on, we're going to view the world with a little bit more compassion and a little bit more loving kindness than you've ever done before, which I'm very excited about. And forgiveness, well, forgiveness is a process, and it's something that happens over time. Big things like grief and trauma, they do not get shifted in one day. I must say that embodiment practices and awareness practices can shift and move a heck of a lot more in a short time. But as a whole, the process of growing through grief and trauma needs to be done gently and in our own space and time as we're ready. We can't force things. So it's more about finding acceptance that people are right where they are, because like you and like me, we all get to experience life, and some experiences are not so pleasant, and those memories get to added to our new safety glasses. And now we can't change the past, but another really important thing to remember is that you are right here and right now. So I'm going to ask you, where are you? And I want you to think, well, I'm here. So where are you? You are exactly where you are. So where are you? You're here. And what time is it? I don't mean what time is it, like Kirsty asked, what time is it there? So we're not looking at the time according to the time of man. We're just looking to the time of the universe, and it's now. So what time is it now? So where are you? You're here, and the time is now. And from here and now, we're in the exact right time and place where we need to be to make our new memories. And it is from this place, right here and right now, that we get to reclaim and recover our power. We reclaim it because our power is our own, and you recover your power because your power never left you. It got buried below memories, and you simply forgot yourself. It's easy to do. We all do it. It's okay. You are here to live a human experience, which means you get to be imperfect, and that imperfection is itself perfect, as it gifts you what you need to learn and grow. That's awesome, right? So now I'm going to share this prayer from your wiser self to your protective, precious you, your vulnerable child. Today, I accept that I'm here and it is now. Today, I forgive the parts of me I cannot see. Today, I acknowledge that I have always done the best I could to stay safe. And today, I acknowledge that I have made so many mistakes. And I realize I simply misheard, for it is not mistakes, but mistakes. And therefore it means I get to learn and I get to redirect myself. I get to do a retake and remake new memories. Today I acknowledge and accept myself just as I am, imperfectly imperfect. And I am so grateful for getting to see with new, more loving kindness than I have ever done before. Today I realise that life is personal for each one of us, but life does not take sides. Life is impersonal, something that is working for us. Life is learning and growing through things so we can walk lighter and experience more love and laughter than ever thought possible. Impossible becomes I'm possible. And so it is, and so mote it be. Ashe, Aho, Amen. Thank you for joining us. Today, may we wake up to being in relationship with ourselves, and in doing so wake up to our relationship with life as life in all its forms. Once you learn that you can trust again and learn you can trust you again, you're able to repair and recover relationships outside of yourself. And I'm so thankful for our time together today because I believe in you. And I know, as sure as I speak these words into being, you really do matter. And you really do hold the capacity to make a difference, not just in your life, but in so many others. If today's service serves you in any way, please click subscribe because it's free. And you can find us easily again. You can refer back to the service for lots of the information and the practices and keep up to date with where we are. So if you know anyone that may benefit, please do share. We're now bringing this service to a close, sending out a blessing for each and every one of you. May you be loved. May you be loved. May you learn to trust. May you learn to live, love, and laugh again, now and forever. Namaste. Much love to you all. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.